Welcome back to Sports Centre. Louella Tomlinson was born to be a basketballer. Her mum and dad both starred for Australia on the international stage, with Lou and her sisters virtually growing up on a basketball court. The Aussie connection ultimately drew her to St Mary's, where she has made a name for herself as the greatest shot blocker in the history of women's college hoops. But there's more to Louella than just defence, as ESPN's Jason Bennett discovered when he caught up with her in California for this week's edition of Aussies Abroad.
Basketball is embedded in Louella Tomlinson's DNA. Born into Australian basketball royalty, she's been immersed in the sport from before she was old enough to walk. Her formative years spent learning the game at the Albert Park Basketball Stadium in Melbourne.
My mum and dad ran the Melbourne Tigers team there, and all my sisters, it was either stay home by yourself or go to practice every Sunday. So I used to, as a 5-year-old, used to do dribbling drills with my sister's under 12 team, and it's always been great memories when it comes to basketball in my family. My dad, he played in 3 Olympics in Munich, Montreal and Mexico, and he also coached in 1 in Seoul for the Opals, and my mum, she also played in 2 World Championships and in a lot of state teams. And my sisters both actually left when I was 7 years old to come over to the States, Clarissa to do her last year of high school over here on an exchange, and Samantha to start college. So I think from then on I knew that it was obviously a goal of mine. I just wanted to follow in their footsteps.
Why'd you pick St Mary's?
I chose St Mary's because I just love the environment. Obviously there was Australians here, and that made me feel very comfortable. I knew I would play straight away as a freshman, which is a big deal over here. A lot of coaches tend to kind of let the freshmen find their roles, and I knew I'd be given opportunities from the beginning, and that was my main priority.
How did you deal with the homesickness early on?
It was definitely a tough experience, really tough experience. I was 19 when I came over here, but had I been younger, I don't think I would have stayed. My sisters obviously helped me a lot. I still had 1 sister over here at the time, and my mum, you know, just said, just keep going, just tough it out. And obviously having the Australian boys here really helped me out a lot, because they knew what I was going through, and they were checking up on me all the time, making sure that I was okay. I think coming in, Coach would probably tell you this, that he probably knew what he was getting with me. He knew that I maybe had a little bit of an attitude and a little bit of, I don't know, tending to, like, you know, talk back, and you know, I was still finding my way in the game, and so I think from freshman year to now, I've definitely grown up a lot.
You know, I just think Lou and I just kind of hit it off, and that's a huge part of the process. So she's just a great kid, and I'm super, super proud of what she's done as a person. You know, let's put basketball aside. Just as a person, she's just done a fantastic job of maturing and growing and developing into a fantastic young lady.
We are on that level where we can kind of, you know, where I can go to him and tell him something, and he can, you know, say something to me, and I won't take it the wrong way.
One more. Way up in the air, way up in the air. Step, step. Good.
It's kind of, we've built the relationship where I can be a connection between the team and him, and I think he has really helped me become the player I am now.
And that player is a defensive powerhouse. Louella smashing the all-time NCAA women's record for blocked shots with more than a full season remaining in her college career. This Aussie shot-blocking machine, the reigning 2-time WCC Defensive Player of the Year.
I've done it since I was probably 11 years old. You know, my dad just told me to put my hand up, so it was like, it is in the family. My mum was great at it, my sisters were great at it, and I do think it is just instinct, and sometimes I don't even realise, like, it's like I don't feel my arm moving up there, but
it's just there.
It's just there.
In part 2 of Aussies Abroad, Louella Tomlinson. What's next for this young basketball prodigy?
She can be a pro. You know, I'm not in the WNBA, but I don't believe there's a whole lot of people that are 6'4" and has that frame and that can do the things she can do out on the court.
Welcome back to Sports Centre. Louella Tomlinson is a basketball prodigy who grew up as the youngest daughter in one of Australia's most famous basketball families. Now she's playing in her final year of college at St Mary's, but aiming to become Australia's next WNBA star. ESPN's Jason Bennett caught up with Louella in California recently for Aussies Abroad.
Louella Tomlinson built an impressive college career in her first 3 seasons at St Mary's. The young Aussie smashing the all-time NCAA women's shot blocking record and establishing herself as the finest defensive player in the West Coast Conference. But while the physical side of the game has always come naturally to her, the mental side has been a voyage of personal discovery.
From freshman year to now, I've definitely grown up a lot. Like, I can take criticism on and I can choose to use it or choose to just let it flow by and without even, you know, trying to dwell on it too much. Like, I just learn to play. That's the biggest thing for me here. Like, I just learn to just keep going, just keep playing, just playing hard every play and not taking plays off.
I knew her at the AIS. I think it was the end of 2006 when I first went there. We lived there for a few months together. And she has definitely come a long way from the basketballer that I knew then to what I came into at the start of last year. It's a credit to Lou for how hard she works and to get the credentials, to get the acknowledgements that she's gotten whilst being in college, and the success she's had is just a credit to herself. She's turned her game around and attitude and everything, and it's really awesome to see.
The pressure to be one of the better players on the team, the pressure to get the most rebounds, to score the most points, to block shots, to do all of that and help your team win while being a teammate. And I think there were some times where she struggled a bit, and but that's part of growing up.
When I get on the court, I do get a little bit of fire in me, and my teammates know that, but I want to win just as much as the next person, so I think it's pretty healthy.
From a basketball perspective, how's been at college been for developing your game as opposed to staying in Australia and playing in the WNBL?
Yeah, well, I definitely think that the competition here, it is different. You know, people have different strengths, and obviously there's a lot more athleticism involved over here, and so I'm challenged constantly, you know, from girls both within my conference and other teams that our coaches decide to play every year. So it's definitely helped me broaden my game and, you know, develop new skills and challenge, you know, my style of play.
Gonna reverse pivot. Okay, I'm reverse pivoting, shot fake, jump stop, up and under. She can shoot the ball. She can shoot with range. She can shoot out to the three-point line. We can post her up. She demands a double team. She can pass the ball. She finds the open player. She has great knowledge of the game, and the little nuances of the game have really developed. So I think she's just an all-around skilled player.
With the first pick in the 2010 WNBA draft, the Connecticut Sun select Tina Charles from the University of Connecticut.
Obviously, one of my goals is to either get drafted at the end of the season or go to a WNBA camp or go to Europe and play. I really just want to travel. I want to experience new things, new styles of play, and just be out there and enjoy it, because I love basketball. Like, basketball's my passion. When I'm in the gym just with a ball and the basketball ring, I'm happy, and so I definitely know that basketball is what I want to do.
You know, I'm not in the WNBA, but I think she has a skill set to play in that league. I've watched enough of it to know. So I think she has a skill set. I don't believe there's a whole lot of people that are 6'4" and has that frame and that can do the things she can do out on the court. You know, you just don't go into any college gym and find those players.
Game in, game out, she's being double teamed, triple teamed, trying to drag her out of the paint so she doesn't block shots. Like, everything's being thrown at her. I think I've learnt, you know, to grow up and to
just experience more, like, you know, take basketball in a sense of it's not just about the competitive side, but to go in a new environment and to meet new people and to just experience the world and travelling and all that kind of stuff as well. Like, basketball's given me so much, and I just want that to keep continuing.